Hi there guys, Arthur, and today I wanted to talk about why everyone in bodybuilding is a pro. So I don't know about you, but me for the last 2-3 years I really noticed that a lot more people are professional bodybuilders nowadays, so they get the pro card. And I think this is due to many factors which are actually correlated. So the factors in my opinion is that there are much more competitors than in the past. Fitness is much more popular, and so obviously a lot more people are competing. Another factor is that the judging standards are low. And the third factor to me is that there is more steroid use than in the past. Steroid use, a lot more amateurs are taking steroids, and so I wouldn't say that there are many more pros in categories like massive mass monsters, but I would say that all the categories that are classic or men's physique, for example, all these categories that are where you don't have to be a mass monster, a lot more people are getting the pro card because I think so. The steroids are something that are helping massively people getting the pro card. The judging are pretty poor in my opinion. Everyone can reach these standards that are quite low. I think a lot of people can actually get good physique if they're responding well to steroids, if they're genetically responsive or responding well to the drugs. Well, they can actually get a pretty decent physique, and they don't have to work out 3-4 hours a day to get there. They can actually get away with 5-6 hours a week, 5 sessions maybe. And so back in the days, you wouldn't really see this often because it was more competitive back in the days. It wasn't as easy to get to the top, to get a pro card, etc. So the guys were working their ass off 24/7, and getting the pro card wasn't as easy as today. You didn't have to just be good genetically and responsive to the drugs. You also had usually to work very hard because the opponents were also spending their life in the gym. Whether today in these amateurs, men's physique competitions, etc. I know this is not the best way to say it, but you kind of need, these V-taper, 3D shoulders, and a good overall shape, pretty aesthetic, and then you can get a pro card. This is what we see nowadays, and most of these physiques are actually quite easily achievable, again, if you've got the right genetics responding to the drugs. And this is why, in my opinion, we see these many pros today, these three factors. So that kind of makes sense that a lot of people are talking about bodybuilding like this is dying, because obviously if there's so many pros, then it doesn't really make sense. Judging kind of get lost, and so a lot of people also that could actually be very good competitors actually aren't really motivated to go and compete, because nowadays I do feel like hard work in bodybuilding is not as rewarded as before, because nowadays, thanks to certain drugs and thanks to some people responding very well genetically to the drugs, they can actually beat anyone that would work hard anyway and doesn't want to take as much drugs as the other person or the same type of drugs. And so people are losing motivation to go and compete. And years after years, bodybuilding is basically kind of losing what we used to see before, which everyone really liked, and everyone is talking today in the comments on YouTube, oh, I preferred bodybuilding back in the days, and this is probably also a reason why. Not only bodybuilding itself kind of loses this touch that it had before, but natural bodybuilding, and I think this is due to the drug testing as well, which is not very good. It's easy to pass nowadays, and so natural bodybuilders don't really want to go to natural competitions anymore, because we don't really know who is going to win and if the hard work is going to be rewarded. I mean, you can look at the last natural Olympia. I didn't look in detail, but from the distance, I'm not too sure if the competitors were natural and the winner as well. So natural bodybuilding kind of is dying because of this. This is also why, in my opinion, there's been so much controversy lately with Callum von Moger getting his professional card. This is kind of going into that trend that I just described. So, but I don't want to go in depth about that case. I don't think talking about other people is especially something I want to do on my channel. But basically, yeah, too many pro cards nowadays. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you agree, feel free to leave a comment. If you disagree as well, feel free to like and to subscribe, and I will see you next time.